Is this mystery whiskey worth the price that they're charging for? Find out coming up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to With or Without Whiskey. I'm Ryan, and today we're doing another episode of Bargain or Bust, the segment of the show where I try this mystery whiskey and I try and tell you the type of whiskey it is, the proof it's at, and most importantly, what it costs. If I'm willing to pay more than what they're charging at the stores, it's a bargain. But if I'm not, it's a bust. So enough talk, let's get right into it. So let's look at the color first. So if you look at this one, it's pretty light. So it's either going to be a young bourbon or something closer to like an Irish or a Scotch. But again, based off of color, you can never really tell. So let's go right into the nose. Okay, right up front, I'm getting a big malted barley note. Like, that's definitely the most dominant scent in this. And then right behind that, there's some fruity notes, like I'm gonna say apple and maybe a little bit of pear as well. There's also a little bit of honey, maybe a little bit of vanilla, and the slightest bit of oak, but I'm kinda reaching on that one. It's definitely not the most prevalent note in here. Let's give it one more. Yeah, very malty, very fruity. There's a little bit of that floral note, and I'm not gonna say earthy, but it definitely has like a vegetal scent to it. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, guys. Okay, on the palate, it's the same thing. I'm getting a lot of that malted barley. Again, there's a good amount of fruitiness to it, apple, pear, and maybe even a little bit of berries too. Behind that though, I'm getting a very strong vanilla note, and there's some honey in there as well. Let's try one more time. Yeah, those background notes are honey, vanilla, maybe a little bit of caramel, but I'm really not getting much oak on this. The finish is pretty short. There's really nothing to it. It's mostly malted barley and a little bit of that lingering honey note. It's not drinking very hot, so I don't think it's a very high proof, but again, I've been wrong before, so we'll have to wait and see. Let's try one more time. Yeah, malted barley, apple, pear, honey, and vanilla. Those are the main notes I'm getting on this. All right, so for type of whiskey, I'm gonna say it's an Irish whiskey. There's a lot of those crisp fruit notes and those very strong malted barley notes. For proof, I'm gonna say it's 80 proof. It's very gentle, it doesn't have a harsh alcohol bite, it doesn't really have a bite at all actually, and it's just super easy to drink. So for price, I'm gonna say it's somewhere between 45 and 50 bucks. It doesn't seem like it has a high alcohol content, but it does have a lot of flavor. I'm getting a good amount of malted barley, I'm getting some good fruity notes, honey, vanilla, and it just melds very well together. All the flavors kind of mingle together, it has a very good balance between them, and nothing really seems off, overpowering, or just off-putting. All right, let's see if I'm right. So, the mystery whiskey today is Kavanagh Irish whiskey. Okay. So, I was definitely right on the Irish whiskey part. 80 proof, so again, pretty good on that. And for the price on this one, I think this bottle was $20. Interesting. So the first time I had this one, I actually didn't like it. I thought it was a little rough, a little harsh, very grain heavy, and I really didn't have anything good to say about it. But that was the neck pour, so I guess once this one opens up, it's got a lot of flavor. So off the top of my head, I know that this is a blended Irish whiskey. It's a Total Wine product. You can only get it there. And Kavanagh has the blended, the single malt, and the single grain. So if I had to guess, this is a blend between the single malt and the single grain whiskey. I actually really enjoyed this one. So let's see what it tastes like once I know what it is. Yeah, all the notes I got the first time I tried this, when I actually knew it was a kind of Total Wine brand, it's really not tasting like that. It's tasting like that classic blended Irish whiskey. So, for type of whiskey, I said Irish whiskey, and I was correct on that one. For proof, I said 80 proof, and this one is 80 proof. And for price, I said $45 to $50. This one was $20. Don't sleep on this one. If you see it in a Total Wine, definitely pick it up. So for Kavanagh blended Irish whiskey, this one's a bargain. Well, that does it for today's episode of With or Without Whiskey. If you enjoyed the episode and you had a good time, and you were as surprised as I was at the result, please let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Not only does it show support for the channel, but it helps other people find us as well. And remember guys, no matter how busy you are, there's always time for a drink with friends. Stay safe everyone.